All right, what's up, guys and girls? How's it going? I am Is There No One Else? I'm bringing you a video today. I wanted to provide an update for my Stamina DK video. I did not post this in the build, and I should have. That was my mistake. And I realized that, a lot of you guys have, you've been on my channel for a while. You know I test this stuff pretty thoroughly, but not everybody knows that. So I wanted to post a video more updated showing you guys how I test sets. And so I'm going to show you how I test the Deadly Strike set. And so if I make this mistake in the future where, I don't show this, you kind of have an idea. So when I say, hey, I tested this, this is what I go through. And so I had a lot of questions on my channel about the Deadly Strike set, about why it's only on one bar. People were asking if it had to be on both bars, yada, yada, yada. This is the video it's going to show that, and I appreciate the questions, guys. Please always ask the questions. My goal on my YouTube channel is to have the best information. I'm wrong. Like anybody else, I'm not perfect. I don't always get the right stuff, and so if I'm wrong on something, call me out on it so I can make a correction. I'll give you guys credit, whatever. I just want to have the best possible information for my builds or a set in general. So I'm buffing up with food here. These tests are going to be unbuffed, so I'm not going to hit my igneous, I'm not going to hit rally. I'm just going to look at the numbers as we do it. So here I'm going to show you guys the weapons. I'm running the Maelstrom Axe on the back bar, Deadly on the front bar with Crown Lethal Poisons, 2-piece Bloodspawn, Veiled Heritance 5-piece. What we're going to do, guys, and then the 3 Deadlies. So you can see Deadly is only on one bar. We're going to take the Veiled Heritance off because it will proc weapon damage. So we're just putting a 7th Legion piece on. All we want to see is RR dots buffed by Deadly Strike when we go to our front bar. That's all we want to see. So what we're going to do here, we have no other buffs. You see that? And so we're going to crit rush, and then we're going to weapon swap, and we're going to look at our Maelstrom dot. This is our Maelstrom damage over time effect with the Maelstrom weapon. You see we're at 1222 when we weapon swap to the front bar with Deadly Strike. If we take this off, now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the Deadly Shield, and you see that I'm going to go to this Ophidian Shield of Venom. All I'm doing is taking off the 5-piece bonus. The shield provides the same amount of stamina, all of that. It's the exact same buffs. I'm not getting any other weapon damage or anything else from it. It's the exact same stats, except I'm just taking off the 5-piece Deadly set. So you see I went from 1222 to 1100. So my crit rush is buffed by Deadly Strike by just weapon swapping. And now I'm going to test my Noxious Breath. And so I'm just doing Noxious Breath and I weapon swap. And this is without Deadly Strike on. So you see I'm at 1393. We'll do it, I think, one more time. No. So we'll switch to Deadly once we get out of combat here. And so the number has to be higher than 1393 to get buffed. And we're at, well, now every once in a while you get the poison status effect, but you can see it's at 1544. I will test it again just to confirm it with you guys, because we don't want to get multiple numbers here. We're on Xbox. We don't get to see what each one does. So the old one was 1393. With Deadly Strike, we're up to 1544. So as you can see, our back bar is buffed by our front bar. So that's now our Maelstrom dot. That is now our Noxious Breath. We are also going to test Venomous Claw. Now keep in mind, guys, Venomous Claw starts off as a good dot and it slowly increases over time. So as you guys can see, you'll see the numbers can increase as the dot continues. And so the problem with testing Venomous Claw itself is you have to pick out which ticks you want to get the numbers for in order to compare it. My last number is 2590 non-crit. Every once in a while, something it'll crit in an area, and it's kind of frustrating to test in that spot. 2590 for the last tick every single time. So that's with Deadly Strike on. We're going to take Deadly Strike off, and we're going to look at the last dot tick for Venomous Claw. And so now Venomous Claw should be lower than 2590. And you guys can look at any other of the dot ticks. That's just my benchmark because I already tested this. I looked at it, and I know my last ones were not crits. So you see 2336. So once again, my claw with Deadly Strike on my back bar is buffed on my front bar. So once again, guys, I'm glad you guys I'm glad you guys asked the question, wanted to show, you wanted me to do the complete test for you. I should have done this to begin with. I just forgot, so that's my bad. And now what we're going to do is we're going to test the poisons. We don't have Deadly Strike on, so we're just going to light attack, and we see 881 and 572. We're not going to look at the crits. We want to just look at the lowest numbers. So 572 is the lowest number that procs. The Crown Lethal Poisons have 2 damage over time effects. So we have that. That's without Deadly, if I remember correctly. Yes. We're going to take that off. We're going to put Deadly on. And we're going to do it again. 636. So it goes from 572 to 636, guys. So once again, as you guys can see in this video, I tested all my damage over time effects, back bar to front bar swapping. You only need Deadly Strike on the front bar for this build. Now, the question is, and the question was asked, why not have Deadly Strike on both your bars? Because you'll be spending some time on your back bar, yada, yada, yada. Honestly, guys, it's a coin toss for what's better. I really don't know. You can choose, the 14% on both bars, so on the off chance when you're on the back bar, or you can run the Maelstrom Axe and you can get the extra crit rush dot, which once again is another damage over time effect that's buffed. On top of that, it's another thing that Templars have to purge. And so do you want the higher 14% with one less damage over time effect, or do you want one more thing that can add damage on top of one more thing that Templars have to purge? I would lean towards the Maelstrom Axe, but if you guys said, hey, I want Deadly on both bars, okay, I can get behind that as well. So either one works, but I wanted to show you guys that, wanted to get that out there for you guys. Thank you for keeping me on my toes. If you have any questions, I will always try to provide these follow-up videos for you guys. And if I did something wrong here, like maybe I'm missing something, call me out on it. I'll post an addendum. I'll say, hey, Else is a fucktard here. He messed up. Here's the right information. So thanks, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.